5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Weekend confirmed.
Ignition. Liftoff.
So I filmed my application to the Amazing Race this morning.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Oh, dude, you...
I'm
Sweet!
Well,
Who's going
I'm
to be
sure
your partner? You
That's
know,
badass.
Brett Rouseville, do you know Amtrekker? He's awesome. He's a web guy.
What's this year's? Is there a thing? Like, is it
I
Friends?
don't think so.
Or...
I don't know. But we kind of said we're like the internet nerds that want to prove that we can. We'll see. I mean, they get thousands, I'm sure. But we thought we'd throw our hat in the ring and see, give it a shot. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. It'd be pretty cool. It'd be a hell of
Is
an
that
experience.
at CBS? ABC.
I think it might be CBS.
I think it's
CBS
CBS.
is Survivor. I think ABC.
I think they have both.
Do they have both? I just
so.
turned my phone off. Let's say that's how you get on.
You
Like-
just put yourself in a box.
Well, get yourself in front of the people who make it.
Well.
I mean, there are thousands of people that apply, and they probably take two
Yeah.
of those people, and everyone else, their agent is like, "Hey, like this happened." I don't know. I'm just so jaded by those.
I'm
things.
sure it's I'm sure I'll never hear anything from it, but
I know. I'm gonna
Dude, you did it. That's
watch
cool.
it.
Positive thinking, bro.
What'd you do? Spoiler alert for me.
Secret.
What'd you guys
well,
do?
we framed ourselves as the internet nerds.
Is the
that could-
video sweet? It's like you playing
It's
rock
us
band.
us in a comic book store.
Oh, nice.
We filmed it in a comic book store.
Quality.
Because he and I met at Comic-Con, and we sort of talked about that. And he was the Amtrekker, so he did this thing where he had a list before Bucket List came out. He had this list of 50 things, and he left his house and said he wasn't going to come home or pay for lodging until
Whoa.
he finished those things. And it took
Or
him,
pay for lodging was a big catch right there.
yeah,
Jeez.
it took him almost 2 years.
Holy
He was homeless for almost 2 years, and he did everything on his list, including told Donald Trump that you're fired.
What?
Wow.
How did he do that?
He was on Good Morning America, and they were like,
Oh, once the list builds steam.
yeah, and they were like, what is the
awesome.
most difficult thing on your list? He's like, well, I have say you're fired to Donald Trump, and they're like, well, we have a surprise for you.
I would have tried to get a hold of his list and add, "Give Christian $1 million."
Yeah.
I don't remember writing that. Fuck. Oh well.
Oh, I gotta do it.
Got it. It's on my list.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's like had experience with him doing crazy stuff, and he and I go camping and stuff every year, and so.
Knowing you're like some bank would let him borrow $1 million, and you'd have to be like buying
I'd
it,
hand it to him,
hand it to you, and
somebody
they'd be like, "All right,
takes it
Mr.
from me,
Spicer,
and
thank you very much."
It's like, do you watch Parks and Rec?
I'm behind, but yes.
They did actually some odd coincidence. They did a thing about him having a bucket list.
Are you good with those? The
The
20,
dorky
21st?
custodial guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure I am.
And,
Okay.
Was that November or
one
December?
of the things was to
December.
hold $1,000 in your hand, and so they take $1,000 out of the bank, and she's like, "Here it is," and it's like a few $100. This is
Yeah,
is
Ariel
there.
will be here by
and then
then.
it cuts back, and it's all like singles, and he's like, "Yeah, this is what I was expecting." Boy,
That's all put up.
All right, so we were also having internet trouble at the office this morning, so putting together the show timeline was a little challenging. So part of the second half, I kind of have to wing off the iPad because we were having like massive internet connectivity issues through our gateway.
Too many employees playing Modern Warfare.
Start off, I think it's a hard choice to choose between Modern Warfare and Skyrim, but I thought we'd start with Modern Warfare because we've talked about Skyrim before,
okay,
and there's a lot to talk about there.
there it is.
So, some of the notes that I have here busted out are, that's why I wanted to get this number, is because analysts had estimated day one sales at 5 to 6 million copies. If they did 9.3, that's ridiculous. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so
The thing that really bums me out about Skyrim is that it'll be another 4 years until there's another Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the really saddest thing about it.
Well, pace yourself, bro. But you can't, can you? You can't.
all I
You
wanna
don't have
do is
anything to do
play.
tonight. You just need to go. You're like, oh, let's pause. It's just.
It's just still paused on your TV.
So fun.
It's just never on. Turn yours.
You want burn-in on your TV? Yeah, even when it's off, I still
watch. Even
I
when I
still
watch
see it.
Seinfeld, it's gonna still see my.
The menu.
Look at that sweet sword, bro. Oh my god. That armor.
Daedric armor.
So detailed. Did you ever play Witcher 2?
Oh yeah, I got all the way to the end.
So,
I just got to the last boss and I didn't want to.
Because I'm curious how people don't compare that type of game and like an Elder Scrolls game.
Well,
Witcher is I guess more combat focused, especially
not
Witcher.
necessarily. Witcher, I think feels.
Rocky start for Elite. We'll have the news item about the Elite extension that Activision's offering. A little update on that. For B, I thought the transition that we'd use is to talk about Activision Blizzard's other big game, World of Warcraft, showing a few cracks in the armor, and that it's lost another 800,000 subscribers over the 3 months of July, August, September. Of course, that only brings it down to 10.3 million, but it's still a decline is a decline. And of course, that will take us right into the biggest big world game of the fall, Skyrim. We can talk Skyrim as long as you guys want to. I haven't even had a chance to start it yet, which sucks.
Forever? 500 hours?
I have to start it this weekend just so I can talk about it next week, don't I?
Dude,
Because I really want to talk about it with
it's
you.
so good.
So we'll do that. And I figured by that time we'll get to the end of the second block. From there, we will go into the third block. Third block, I'd like to start off with the Mass Effect 3 beta that actually accidentally leaked to those folks who had the preview build. And just talk about the interesting thing that was discovered about the 3 play modes that the campaign's going to have.
Mm-hmm.
Go from there into Saints Row the Third, which you've played and it's getting a lot of buzz. Could be the sleeper. I mean, it's hard to say sleeper, but it could be the sleeper of the fall. Mm-hmm. And that'll take us out of C block into D block, probably. Catch up on any of the stuff that Spicer wants to hit that he hasn't hit yet. You had NBA Jam. You also had Crisis.
They're old games, but things that hadn't been talked about on here. Other than, I really, really love Nightwing, which I know is stupid, but I love him.
Really?
I love him so much.
No, I think that's cool. All right.
He loves you.
So you got to bring that in. And from then, pick up a couple of comments from last week on Camp Kusagi asks the question. We talk about handhelds all the time. People think we give them a hard time. So when the question he asked was, is it really that weird to play handheld games at home? And then I'm going to pull up on the pad fucking Gran Turismo 6 announcement. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. And then that'll take us to the close, and we'll do football. And the football lines this week are New Orleans at Atlanta in a pick'em.
Yeah, wow.
Which is pretty awesome. Lions +3 at the Bears in a Monsters of the Midway clash. And of course, because you guys are still on a roll, it's Giants getting 3.5, going into Candlestick to take on the resurgent San Francisco 49ers.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.